Hey, Craig here. So this holiday season I decided I'm really going to do a number on the shop. I get it all cleaned up, redo all the electrical, finish all the drywall, tape mud, maybe even paint. I definitely have to repaint the, finish painting the floor. I did half of it a while back. Sorry it's a little dark. I only have one light in here. I pulled all the other lights out. Basically, I gutted all the electrical except for the panel here. The panel I'm actually going to set back into the wall. I'm going to have to rework the conduit here. But basically, I'm going to treat this as new construction boxes. Of course, there's also already a bunch of insulation in here, so that's going to make it a little trickier. But these haven't been mudded, so I think I'm going to pull these two bottom sheets off. So, anyways, the first thing to do is basically to do the layout. So basically, the way I'm going to be doing this is basically the same way that I would say wire a house. I'm going to be using residential grade material, what we call basically plastic boxes. This is a house, of course, and Romex non-metallic sheath cable. So basically, when you go to do layout, oftentimes people just mark it on the wall. But I have some paper covering the walls in some sections. So I'm actually just going to mark it on the floors. Mark it on the floor. So for example, I know I want an outlet right here. I'll basically just draw a circle and two lines through it. That's the symbol for an outlet, duplex outlet. Over here by the door, on here I'm actually going to have 3 switches. So I'm just going to do a three like dollar signs, but with only one line through it. One's going to be the main lights for the shop. One's going to be, I'm going to put special lights over the mill that I can turn on and off separately for filming. And then I'm going to have one other switch that's going to do a motion light up on the corner out there. Okay, of course, here I have my 3 switches. I also added an outlet at 18 inches. This is just for like vacuum cleaners, that kind of thing. Over here I've also added an outward facing GFI outlet for anything, so I don't have to open up the door and run a cord into the shop. I've got a countertop, bench top outlet at 42 inches. In the corner here, I'm going to have a stub out up through there for the motion detector outside. And every couple of feet here I have duplex outlets along this wall, as well over there, one over there. And over here I'm going to have a bunch of stuff. I didn't want to put it on the new paint here, so I just marked it on the wall. Basically I'm going to have a quad here. These are going to be dedicated outlets. One's going to be just for the Tormach, the mill. The other one is going to be dedicated for the air compressor. Of course, I'm going to have a data outlet. I'm going to put a ring in the wall, run the internet cord in the wall. I'm going to have 2 other general outlets that are going to be on the same circuit as those over there. And I'm going to have one outlet for the air conditioner here. Now I may upgrade this to 240 in the future, but I can always change the neutral on this to a hot to have my 208 or my 240 there. Sorry, 208 is commercial. Alright, also marked out the locations for the lights. I'm going to have an 8-foot strip in the ceiling right here. I think I'm going to have 2 4-footers right here. Over the mill, I think I'm going to have some kind of mono points, kind of like track light, but like a single point, and have them 3 there, or maybe I'll do track light, I'm not sure. And of course I'm going to have another box in the ceiling over there for another 8-footer that's going to go up in this space right here. I'm probably missing something, but as I'm going along, I'll just go ahead and add it. Alright, well the next thing is to start putting in the boxes. To have temporary lighting in here, I basically ran a cord from the other building over there. I have this splitter box here that I use for power and whatnot, for construction stuff. I basically just cut the end of a cord off. I left this one light with this one MC cable, this one whip on there. It's tied on there, and when I need the light on, let's go ahead and plug it into the box there. I'll need the box there for like drills and stuff, or drilling holes to run all this wire. So actually this other outlet over here is for another GFI that's outside, facing out to our garden, in case I need to run a weed whacker or something out there. Alright, I usually try to place my boxes on the right side of the stud because I'm right-handed. It's just a lot easier to, it's a lot faster to swing the hammer. You put the box up and you swing with your right hand, it's just a lot easier to put them up. It's a little hard to swing the hammer when you have the insulation in the way. I usually go through and just mark the top of the boxes. In commercial, there's usually an arrow for the middle. There are little plastic bumps on the box right here to show you where ½ inch is for the drywall, for the stick out for the drywall. So it's pretty easy. You just slap the box on there. Depending upon how hard the wood is. This wood is a little older because I put it together a couple of years ago. Well, it looks like it's turning out to be easier just to pull all the insulation out. Be a lot easier to put the box in and drill holes and stuff, so. I have all these weeds that have been growing in through the building, into the wall from outside. I had a bunch of electrical material behind the shop, which I just finished clearing out, so I got rid of all those weeds. But this is just basically a shed, you know. For the data ring, I usually just take a regular box like those. They're like 28 cents. And just take a hacksaw or something, just cut off the back of it. And it's cheaper, and you don't have to order some special thing. So as far as the outlets facing outside, what I usually do is just find my height there. And then just trace out the box. Like that. Trace out my box and then drill some small holes. Where the corners are. Then I find it outside here. And kind of do the same thing. Then I get a larger paddle bit. Bigger holes just on the two corners here. I get a jigsaw. I think it needs to be a hair bigger. Alright, once I check my stick out outside to make sure it's not too far out or too far in, then I go ahead and carefully tap these nails in. Now the nails are on an angle this way, so it's kind of tricky. I just have to kind of go slowly and make sure I don't bend the nails. Alright, that's one done. Now I'm going to go ahead and go over and do the other one. Got one more to do over here. I like to try and get all the boxes in, completely done. Sometimes it's easy to, you know, put a few things in and then start working on something else. And then you just end up wasting time trying to go back and finding the tools you were using for this and that. It's better just to be 100%. Okay, so I finished getting all the boxes in. Got that one last box in over there. I put some boxes in for the lights and the ceiling here. Actually, the only boxes I haven't put in yet are the ones over the Tormach. I'm gonna have to go get special boxes for that with like brackets that bridge across so you can center the box perfectly where you want it, you know. So the next thing is to label the circuits of all the boxes. I usually write the circuit numbers inside the boxes. I've gone ahead and made up a new panel schedule here. I got the Tormach and the compressor on circuits 1 and 3, the bench receptacles on 2 and 4. I'm going to have exterior receptacles on a separate circuit, the lights on one circuit. I'm going to leave 2 spares. Got the AC, circuit 9 and 11, and the sub panel to the other building on 10 and 12. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to stagger the bench top circuits. So, for example, this one right here, I'm going to make circuit 2. Put a 2 in there. This one I'm going to make circuit 4. And this one will be 2. So as you can see, I can just went ahead and mark the numbers inside like that. I did that on all of those. I don't usually do those with the lights and the ceiling. Alright, you can see I took down the shower curtain. I don't think I'm going to do that again. That was kind of a pain. I think I'm going to end up going with like an extruded aluminum with the polycarbonate or something. So, of course, that's a whole nother project, but... Alright, well, I think I'll end this video there. In the next video, I'm going to be reinstalling the panel. I'm going to have to take it out, rework the conduit back in the wall, and then mount the panel on there. Alright, well, if you like this video, I'd appreciate the thumbs up. If you have any comments, feel free to leave them down below. If you like to subscribe, there should be a subscribe button up here, plus some other videos down below. And, well, as always, thanks for watching.